8 mistakes you make most often when growing tomatoes. You shall not make this mistakes. 8 beginner mistakes when growing tomatoes. Growing tomatoes looks easy, but many beginners end up with big green plants and very few tomatoes. That happens because of small mistakes. People don't even realize they're making these mistakes. So you can grow healthy plants and get more fruit from your garden. Mistake 1. Watering from the top. Many beginners water tomatoes from above, spraying water all over the leaves. It looks harmless, but it actually causes big problems. When tomato leaves stay wet for a long time, they become a perfect place for fungus and bacteria. Humidity plus wet foliage leads to diseases like blight and leaf spot. Another problem is splashback. When water hits the soil, it splashes tiny bits of soil onto the lower leaves. That soil carries bacteria and fungal spores. Once they land on the leaves, disease can move upward through the whole plant. You can't control rain, but you can control how you water. Always water at the base of the plant, directly onto the soil, not on the leaves. This keeps foliage dry and reduces disease. The best time to water is early morning. That way, any moisture on the plant dries quickly during the day. Another important fix is mulch. Put a layer of straw, wood chips, dry leaves, or compost around your tomatoes. Mulch stops soil from splashing, keeps roots cool, and holds moisture in the soil. Good watering habits alone can save many tomato plants from failing. Mistake 2. Planting tomatoes too shallow. Many beginners plant tomatoes the same way they plant other vegetables. They put only the roots into the soil. But tomatoes are different. The stem can grow new roots if it is under the soil. When you plant too shallow, the plant gets fewer roots. Fewer roots mean the plant becomes weak. It dries fast, falls over easily, and cannot take enough food from the soil. To fix this, plant tomatoes deeper. First, remove the lower leaves. Then bury about 2/3 of the stem in the ground. You can also lay the plant sideways in a small trench and turn the top upward. The buried stem will grow more roots. Deep planting makes tomatoes stronger, keeps them moist, and helps them make more fruit. Mistake 3. Not pruning properly. Many beginners either don't prune at all or prune the wrong way. When lower leaves touch the soil, disease can move from the soil into the plant. That's why the bottom part of the tomato should always be clean and lifted. Another issue is overcrowding. When a tomato plant gets very bushy, air can't move through it. Poor airflow keeps moisture trapped and encourages fungus and pests. Between the main stem and each branch, a small shoot grows. This shoot is called a sucker. If you let suckers grow on indeterminate tomatoes, they turn into full branches, making the plant thick and tangled. For indeterminate tomatoes, remove suckers while they are small. You can pinch them off with your fingers. Grow the plant mainly on one strong stem. Also remove lower leaves that touch the soil or mulch. In hot climates, don't remove too many leaves from the middle. Those leaves protect fruit from sunburn, also called sun scald. Mistake 4. Using weak support. Tomato plants get heavy very fast once fruit starts forming. If they are not supported, they fall over, snap, or rot on the ground. Many beginners use small tapered cages. These cages are weak at the top, exactly where tomatoes get heavy. Determinate tomatoes can use basic cages because they stay shorter. Indeterminate tomatoes need strong support. Use tall stakes, thick wooden poles, strong cages, or trellises. Tie the plant gently as it grows. Do not tie too tight because stems need room to expand. Another method is the Florida weave. You place stakes in a row and weave string between them to hold plants upright. Vertical growing saves space, improves airflow, and exposes the plant to more sunlight. More sunlight means better growth and better tomatoes. Mistake 5. Inconsistent watering. Tomatoes like steady moisture, not extreme changes. When soil goes very dry and then suddenly very wet, plants become stressed. One major result is blossom end rot. That dark spot on the bottom of tomatoes happens when water cannot move calcium into the fruit. Another result is flower drop. When plants are stressed, they drop flowers before fruit forms. To fix this, water consistently. Check soil regularly. Stick your finger a few inches into the soil. If it feels dry, water deeply. In hot weather, tomatoes may need water every day. The goal is moist soil, not muddy and not dry. Mulch helps a lot here. It slows evaporation and keeps roots comfortable. Consistent watering leads to consistent fruit development. Mistake 6. Over-fertilizing. Many beginners think more fertilizer means more tomatoes. But that is not true. Too much fertilizer, especially nitrogen, makes plants grow lots of green leaves and very little fruit. Your tomato plant looks beautiful, but it does not produce tomatoes. Always start with rich soil and compost. Only fertilize when plants actually need it, like when leaves look pale or weak. Most gardens need fertilizer only 2 or 3 times per season. Use balanced fertilizer like October 10th, 10 or tomato blends made for fruiting plants. Once tomatoes start flowering, avoid high nitrogen products. If you accidentally over-fertilize, water deeply to flush excess salts from the soil. Healthy soil with organic matter often removes the need for frequent fertilizer. Mistake 7. Planting too close. Spacing is very important for tomatoes. When plants are too close, they block sunlight and airflow. Indeterminate tomatoes need at least 18 inches if trellised. If not supported, they need 2 to 3 feet of space. For containers, never plant more than 1 tomato in one pot. Each plant needs its own space for roots, water, and nutrients. Use pots that are at least 7 gallons and 12 to 14 inches wide. Good spacing means better airflow, more sun, and healthier plants. Mistake 8. Not hardening off. Seedlings grown indoors are soft and protected. Outside is very different. There is wind, strong sun, cooler nights, and temperature changes. If you move plants directly outside, they suffer shock. To fix this, harden them off slowly. Start by placing plants outside in shade for 1 or 2 hours. Each day, increase the time and sunlight. After about a week, they can stay outside all day. Then they are ready for transplanting. Also, don't plant too early. Tomatoes hate frost. If frost is coming, protect plants with covers, bottles, or jugs. Timing and patience save your plants. Conclusion. Growing tomatoes is not complicated, but it does require correct habits. Most failures come from small mistakes in watering, spacing, pruning, feeding, and protecting plants. When you understand your tomato type, water consistently, prune correctly, support strongly, space properly, and harden plants off, your garden becomes productive. Fix these mistakes, and your tomato plants won't just grow. They will produce healthy, juicy tomatoes all season long.